Was all right now, Bitcoin, anything you do.
I don't always like videos, but when I do, I always prefer Road Dog Crypto. Trade wisely, my friends.
Gary was a man who thought he could do crypto sharing at the SEC.
You lock what you see. Then please subscribe only. And if you like what I do, then smash that like button too.
Are you trying to find financial freedom by trading and investing in them there cryptocurrencies? But are you having a hard time being profitable and making them winning trades? Well, you can get all that knowledge and a whole lot more just by watching the Crypto Chart School playlist over here at the Road Dog Crypto channel. You just go right down here where it says Chart School, you click that full playlist, and voila! They got all the knowledge right there.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Late night crypto charts with the Road Dog. My name is Lane, and I will be your tour guide this evening. As I just finagle here in the dark studio, looking at these bright lights, small lights, I like it dark, and trying to find those freaking buttons. We'll get started. Are we ready? Why, yes, I think we're ready, Master. Pull the lever. Pull the lever. Pull the lever. Road Dog done lost his mind. What the hell is going on over there? Well, I don't know. I'm just standing here being still, hoping he don't look at me. He's creeping me out. Ladies and gentlemen, happy October 19th. Got some wild news in the news we might want to talk about tonight. Quite interesting. Sign me up, Erwin. What is? That's not the news, man. Is the SEC shifting to a softer stance against crypto? A pro XRP lawyer comments. So for those of you guys not in the know, SEC just kind of backed off from Ripple, man. They just kind of like threw their hands up and pretty much surrendered. So they're not pursuing anything else with Ripple. They're not pursuing anything else with Ripple executives. SEC dismisses allegations against the Ripple executives. Quite interesting. Nice win around that. SEC drops lawsuit against Ripple executives. All charges dismissed. Ripple calls it a surrender by the SEC. John Deaton said, I could be wrong, but I attribute it to the court's loss coupled with the Larry Fink effect. Gensler only cares about the major incumbent donors. I mean, institutions, I think. The lawyer's opinion about the SEC Soften's approach coincides with the one shared by Scott Milker, better known as the Wolf of Wall Street. The letter argued in a recent X-Twitter post that the approval of a spot Bitcoin ETF is just around the corner since the language and tone have changed. So whether it is or whether it is not, the news is out there, the hype is out there. Something could be changing in the charts. We need to pay attention to that. So we jump over to Bitcoin. How's my peeps doing tonight? Shout out to anyone watching this live or if you're tuning in later. I want to take a quick look at what's going on with Bitcoin, baby. Are we getting that pump up? Are we going to continue bullish? Let's clean this up just a hair here. Daily time frame is showing some signs of life. And we did have this 100 cross over the 200 here on the daily. Not so bueno, but it's not the end all be all. And we do have the 9 and 21 starting to cross over that 100, following the path of price action, because that's what they usually do. So a little bit of an upswing. If anything, I like what the Ichimoku cloud is telling me. We're coming through the red, and we got a little bit of green there that we could ride up. Still overall, is this the chart? That's not the chart, man. Still holding on to a range theory. And that's how I'm looking at it. Looking at taking profits up in these areas, maybe formulating some shorts. Keeping track of the market on the way. But there is that high likelihood we will get rejected up here around 31,500 if we make it up that high. That would be a nice level to get up to. That's about the height of it. So it's really a zone that I'm looking at right through here between this orange dotted line and this red dotted and this thick red line. So definitely could play up there. I think we talked about this being in this pattern. It's a bearish pattern, normally breaks to the downside, but it stays within the pattern until it doesn't. Usually bounces off the top, comes to the bottom. Looks like we spiked up there. Now we want to kind of candlestick it in. And here we can find some rejection. But working our way up there or even up to the top and meeting this trend line through there. So this is a juicy, that's a big range right there. This is a juicy range in my personal opinion to try to looking into a short possibility, short scenario. Not saying blindly jump out there, man. Don't blindly jump out there. Unless you got the cojones to do it, my friend. Because if you got the cojones to jump out there, man, that is on you. You do you, man. I'm not telling you what to do at all. This is not financial opinion. No, this is no financial advice. This is just strictly crypto opinion. I'm just a dude on the internet, man. Not quite sure where I'm from, there you. I'll tell you I'm from one place, but you never know for sure. Is a real voice association there? Is that something else? Don't take advice from me. Do your own research. Just sharing my opinions with you, baby. So interesting when you zoom out on Bitcoin here. Of course, there's the major trend line that we broke. What else might we have going on here? Might we want to take a minute to speculate? Before we do, let's look at our bigger indexes on here on the 4 hours. So you can see what's really going on in the market. Bitcoin dominance continues to climb. People still liking Bitcoin. Bitcoin's very, very yummy. It's on the menu everywhere. Very popular right now. Bitcoin, good. But altcoins getting a little boost right here as well. Still facing some resistance there. It's going to be a little struggle for altcoins. But bouncing off this trend line, working our way back up, means billions more dollars coming into your favorite altcoins and mine, brothers and sisters. That might just put a smile on your face and mine too, as we see altcoins just gradually grow little angel wings and start floating toward the top of our charts. Everybody's wanting to get out of that dirty money, man. That dirty money it smells funny, man. It makes my don't ever lick it and make your tongue tingle. Don't know what that is. That's dirty money, man. Don't do it. You know what? You need them blue gloves, man. Them latex gloves. You need protection when you start handling that cash. I just be honest with you now. And don't forget them quarters and those dimes and stuff. You know, man. How many times you seen them pick that off the street? You know the dog do on the street. You see little kids are putting it all their mouth going no, man. Fiat nasty. It's nasty. People realize that. Even Tether, stablecoin, man. I don't know. It's just guilt by association. It's just guilt by association. I'm not being prejudiced, Tether or USDC, but you messing around with that dirty dollar, man. You got the same value as this does. If your values is the same as that values, man, you folks have feathers out of the same goose or something. You know what I'm saying? And I can't put my full faith and trust in that. You dirty by association, baby. People sell now to you going in something golden like Bitcoin or orange. Striker says, I almost got more XRP. Let's take a look now at the XRP. Bitcoin, we get back to you. You kind of taking it back. See, I think you're traveling in range anyway. You just playing with us right now. Yeah, that's what's going on. But I think you want to try to trick everybody, and then you want to try to pull one of these little slick moves like you did over here. That's really what I'm looking at, Bitcoin. You're going to lose to sleep and then take off. In about the next 8 months, baby, next 8 to 12 months, by next summer, I think you're going to be doing that. XRP, what you doing, baby? How you been, Ripple? You been doing all right? You just kicking back? You just chilling? You still struggling underneath that trend line, though, baby? What's up with that? Man, didn't you hear the news? You is free. You is free, baby. You can run with a deer. If it was me, I'd be running. I'm just saying, not trying to tell you what to do. Not trying to tell you what to do. But a lot of people would like to see you just stretch those run, Forrest, run. It's got a little bit of work ahead of it, but it's in a good shape. It's in a good spot overall where it could. If she wants to get really bullish. Got to get above this 200 daily moving average, so that's not yet happening, but we're seeing her turnaround there. Seeing her turnaround. I'm looking for a good, strong bullish divergence, but honestly, I'm just not seeing it. Come on, Ripple. All right, I mean, overall, what we're looking at is a very real possible bearish retest of this trend line, and it could put us, in a range, like maybe with Bitcoin in that range, or not. But we also have this megaphone pattern. One of those downward facing megaphone patterns. Looks like it kind of found ground at the same support, meaning that's a partial decline in that megaphone pattern. I mean, that's where it's getting its foothold, where it just wanted to kind of build up some pressure here, build up against that resistance and just pop out. They're gonna pop out, have a little struggle here, and then maybe it can move up. It's got a good chance to do that. So it could recover if we see it get back above this trend line, especially, and that would be our best sign ever for more upside. But I gotta see it do it, man. I gotta see it do it. Until then, you know, this bigger pattern that it's in, can we define that? Jeez. Look at that mess. Let's just zoom out, baby. Ripple, you got this. And you got a little of that. And that seems to be what we're doing right now. So I'll mark this in case we come to this later, but right now we're going to do with that. You were supposed to copy there, man. That was supposed to be a really smooth move, and you did not do it at all. Cooperate with me here, Trading View. Looking for a possible channel. I don't see anything here that I really like, so it's kind of broadening just a little bit. But we are at this trend line here, finding support there, and then we got this news out. But here on the weekly, what are we looking at for XRP? We are still below the weekly 200. So the upsides I see, we got to bounce off the 50 moving average, and our 21 moving average is above the 200. That's a bullish sign that I see for this. I don't like the 9 being under here. I don't like the 100 crossing over this right here. That's just bearish no matter how you look at it. But this can be like a little bitty magnet to pull us up there a little bit. Otherwise, if we lose this trend line, man, we're looking at down. Ichimoku Cloud says, "Hey, man, I'm ready to play ball. If you guys want to come up, hey, I'll let you have this one." So it's for something, a quick move. I think it's going to have to be a good solid move, man. It's got to be a quick, short. Yeah, it's got to be a punch. XRP's got to hit back now, and the prices. And we got to see I got to see a breakout, a pump or something. Some show of strength. I got to see some volume come in here for me to be comfortable that we're going to not follow through this level here at 49 cents. That would be sucky. That would be no good. That would be no bueno. I don't want to do that, because that would mean that we would work our back down the 29 to 30 cents, and that's no good. No. Don't want to do that, man. So we're really hoping that it can happen, but man, I'm telling you, I gotta see the volume come in. We want to see volume come in like we did over here. We don't want to see this flat stuff. Flat stuff is not going to keep it. So could there be a trade there? Even if you're doing this on spot, you know, that would be a pretty decent spot trade. Let's find our little spot trader trade thingy thing. Because we're at a juicy 52 cents here. I'm on the weekly. I'm looking long term now. If you're XRP, you're probably looking, you know, for a little long term action too. What could we do here? See, a little tricky. You can take up to a 10% stop loss, 8 somewhere through that. Still have a nice risk to reward ratio of 8, almost 9 to 1. Not even touching the top of the area where we'll probably go to. And that could be up to a 9.5 to 10 to 1 risk to reward ratio. So there's 70, you know, around 75% return on that on spot. It's pretty good. That's pretty good risk. And that's with a 8.4. Let's put in your stop loss at 45.93. You can put it a lot closer, since you can get an idea about how it's going well before it actually breaks through there on the weekly, I believe. Just my ideas, throwing that out there for the casual investor trader. Looking at it on the daily, you can see it a little bit better there. Because if we break this trend line, if we close a lower low, let's be safe under this candle over here. Great place to put a stop loss. Because if price does come back past this line and it gets lower than this point over here, well, probably going to keep coming lower. Trade's probably not going to work out like we're expecting it to anyway. Minimum risk. But if it does do what we're expected to, what we expect it to do, it's up to 76% returns there. I mean, just getting up to 68 cents would be 34% return. So yeah, I think there's a good, definitely a good spot trade. Or a low margin trade. But it could take it a while to get there, or it may just spike up, in one day. XRP. Hey, Marco is in the house, man. How's it going, Marco? How's it going, Striga? All right. So XRP looks kind of juicy, man. I like this on the daily. I like how the MACD, the lagging indicator, but it just confirms, hey, we're getting ready to do something here. So, the next week or so may be kind of cool. And here we are on a Friday, going into a weekend, and we're getting movement on the altcoins. I find that very interesting. We come over and we see that today, this hour has been great. Now the whole day is lit up green, bringing us now to a nice week that's up. Hex has been coming up. Why Bitcoin SV is coming up, I don't know, but apparently somebody out there likes it or want people to think they like it. So clean up this screen just a little bit. Kind of went off on stable coins there. I'll not apologize. I'll stand my ground on that. I fully believe everything I said there. All right. Now, if we zoom out, we might all do that on the bigger one, on total 3 for all altcoins, just in general. Because I think when we zoom out, we've been covering the 4 hour there. Let's zoom out, because there's a bigger picture there. One is to be aware of. Jeez. Louise. That is this trend line right here that we kind of broke it. And being as generous as I can with it. Boom. We get right there and we had a retest and we're under it. That's kind of concerning to me. It matches an angle here, but we still broke our actual trend line that we've held since the last bull market back in 2020. So it's got all my curiosities lined up as on total 3. Ichimoku Cloud don't look too healthy right there. She looks ready to just pour down and drag us with it. And our indicators here, like the MACD, are trading sideways, and that's kind of that's a tricky area right there. It's like that's the new, like, a lot of whipsaw action, not up and down, not the greatest trading. I feel like we got something right here though, and we're definitely establishing a zone or level for support. So let's look back to our last high here. Now I'm going to mark these candle bodies. And that candle top there. See where we are now? See where we're struggling? Between the candle close and the highs. That little zone when it just had all it could have right up here at 354 billion. So it looks like it's having just a struggle to break to the upside of this area. It needed to do it back here. It really did, and it didn't. So I'm just concerned watching that because everything just points it sideways and possibly down. Still think there's something here though. I think she's got a harmonic. But the scenario that we may be looking at, and we looked at it similar, I think just on XRP, wasn't it? We're at a falling channel or a broadening pattern. And also a retest line. Because this one can technically be bullish, especially if it's finding a partial decline like it technically is. So our only hope is a bear trap scenario, which would be awesome. Because usually when you get that, then when you get back across this pattern, it's usually quick and up, gaining ground real quick. And that would be a good reversal. But she's got to show me something. We're still under the important moving average right there, the 200. It's got a lot of work to do in altcoins, in my personal opinion. But I think it is good signs that the question of crypto being a security and all that, the narrative is starting to change, and I think that's kind of important. I'm just not seeing an effect of it yet on the charts, and I think it would be too early to jump just right in on that news. Still struggling to get above the 9 moving average here on the weekly for total 3. That's for our altcoins. Struggling on the 3-day. But the daily is starting to make a little ground. But it's done that several times before. Keeps on trying, you know, 1 step forward, 2 step back. But there might be a little something here, short term, for altcoins. So I'd say look for the pumps, but not sure that we're totally there yet. That looks a little Adam and Eve-ish, possibility-ish. Will it do something like that? It could. That would be interesting to see here. Personally, I think we got a harmonic thing going on. So total 3 altcoins. So there should be some good altcoins that have potential to pop off and give us some profits. Overall, Bitcoin Cash is coming up. Go Bitcoin Cash. Still looking for you to get up to $262 from your 238 area. I still think there can be a good run on this one. I don't know how long it will take though, but I definitely see getting back up to at least around $700 and $800. That the rise up to, what is it, 1,500 that it did last bull run? Did it early. Happened in May, right? And then it was over. It was totally over after that. Keep that in mind for your altcoins. When that time comes, keep that in mind. When they go up, they peak out. It's pretty much over. QNT is still in my juicy buy zone, just hanging out there, taking a sauna, chilling, just trying to get all the free towels and free shampoo. I don't know what you're doing, man. Let's go. Let's move. You got places to go, man. QNT. We had this talk the other night. can do it, baby. You can do it. I got hopes in you. You is beautiful. You is smart. You is purty. You can do it. But man, you gotta start getting above that non-moving average. I mean, come on. You need push-ups or something? I don't know. What do you need? So this music's making me feel somber, making me feel sorry for QNT for being down so low. At his weak moments, I shouldn't poke fun at it. I should be encouraging you. And I'm trying to, but you need to get off your fat ass and do something because you're just sitting there doing nothing, QNT. I don't know if you noticed, but it's starting to piss a lot of people off. I just want to throw that at you. Well, let's just go to Solana. QNT, this is what you should be doing. Solana just, she's on that pump wagon. She wants to keep going. She just touched down in our juicy buy zone, was not there very long at $21.25, and then she would just took off. Well, it's like a cat that had turpentine just rubbing all over its butt. It just went off with a scream to the upside. Casually coming up here to where it found resistance before at $25.26. It is having troubles, my friend. It is being tempted by the wiles of the devil. I'm pretty sure we might be able to prove that point. I don't know. There may be some influence. Let's pick it up. Where is the devil? I'm looking at my little moving average right there, that crazy one. We're above it, baby. That's interesting to note. There was no joke to be found there, so we will just continue on like it never happened. She looks good. Parabolic movement. Getting ready for Solana, looks like. Talked about that $30 area. There was a $30 prediction. I think we read that article. Looks like they're going to get their way. Or maybe they're the ones doing it. They put out the article. So Solana looking kind of juicy. We got targets up here at $34, $36. That's where I'd be looking if I was a profit-taking man for my Solani. But Solani, Solonzo, that's Cardonzo, isn't it? So Solana is actually one of my long-term holds, and if I might do something with it on DeFi, but I'm not planning on selling mine. Not just yet, anyway. If she gets up around $100, $150, you know, I may sell her off. I may pimp her out. I don't know. She's gonna bring me in some income. But you'd work for me, man. Woman. Solana. Just Solana. Solana, you gotta be female, because that's just not a man's name. Am I getting on shaky ground there? I just don't want to offend by assuming. I know that's not proper in this day and age. Let's just move on. You still need to shave though, Solana. You get that little mustache right there. And I know my grandma had it too. Just saying. Decred is at, oh my gosh. Are you for real? Oh, this is on my to-do list tonight. For real? $11.79 for Decred? Shebang-a-dang. Clearly I cursed it by drawing that round line. You have went lower. Than the low in June. And getting close to your low back in October 2020. I found that very interesting, especially as high as you went up. I think you were in one of the juiciest buy zones personally. This is where I had you pegged before, and you made me look like an idiot on the internet. So thank you for that, DCR, but thank you also for getting to some juicier prices, because I like you there. I know what you can do. Kadena, though, I don't know what you can do. What up? You like QT, you got to show me. Decred's already has got his battle scars. I know Decred's got my back. I don't know about you, KDA. I don't know what's up with you. You just keep coming down. You need to get your act together. You need to get with the news and all that stuff. I don't know. Get with JP Morgan. Whatever bank you're associated with. Y'all got to start rolling this thing up. Let's go. 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 Bitcoin making you look bad. Rune fell off the wagon. Rune's got to go to rehab for a little while. Come down here about $1.30 something. Seriously, Rune? Couldn't hold it together that long? You just fell down through here? My apologies, Rune. I know you need to take a break. I know you do. Road Dog, you're gonna mess up and say something. I think you need to. I don't know what's into me. Cardano's hanging out here at 24 cents, man. Just hanging out there chilling. It wicked and then it candlesticked and then it kind of liked the way it felt and came back for more and then kind of snuck up here and then got away and come back and dipped in and now it seems to like it a lot. It liked it over here. That's where he's got his first taste, right over there. Cardano's got that big old stiletto high heel shoe going on right there. Boom. Well, that's Olive Oil's shoe right there. So for long-term holders, investors, and everything, I think this is an awesome place. Awesome place for Cardano. I think when you look at the long-term, you're going to look back and say, that was pretty juicy. Even though it kicked out and it spiked down to 18 cents there for a day or two, that was still a juicy area. If you can't say that to yourself, then be cool. If it spikes down to 18 cents, this is not the best place for you to get in. I'm just saying, get your mind right. It's a good place overall. If we come down to 18 cents, you get more. 21 cents, you get more. Sandbox is, how do you say this? It's where my cat goes to cover up stuff. Sandbox. That's about what my opinion of you right now. When you were at $2 and now you're at 28 cents. But before you were at $2, need I remind you how hyped up you were? I don't know. What was going on there, man? $8.40 Sandbox, and now you're at 28 cents. During all the metaverse hype, you gonna get that hype going again? Because man, you got a lot of people counting on you, saying, I wouldn't want to be you in the dark alley. I'm just saying, I wouldn't want to be you in the sandbox. But you get sand kicked in your face all the time. Cats keep up covering you up. I know. We need some performance here, Sandbox. Get with it. Can't talk bad about INJ though. INJ's my baby. I like this one. I've got this one working for me and I like the rewards. I've just got it over there staking and I'm like, that's pretty cool. You get this. I usually go harvest it every week and just put it back in there, let it grow. So she's staying above this secondary trend line, man. And I think that's pretty cool. Pretty nifty, if I might say. I like what things looking for INJ. It looks like it's just gonna start a new path. There, of course, will be some resistance up here at $9.50, starting up through there. Expect there to be a struggle, but we just gotta watch it, because if she tries to do something funny, she may take off. That's one scenario. Is that the most likely? Not the most likely. Most likely is just to stay in this channel until we don't, just bouncing off the tops and bottoms until we just decide to jump in this big old green pool of Ichimoku-ness and take a dump to the downside. Was that a Head and Shoulders? Why, it could be, or a lobster. That's a lobster man. Don't fall for the lobster man. BET's just kind of hanging down on the bottom. He being cool. We've been on the down low, man. You know, those are the ones you gotta watch. Once you just sit back there and don't do nothing, just hang up against the wall, being all quiet and stuff. Just no marketing or anything. They just sit there. Yeah, you've seen them before. You know what they can do. And they're just sitting back there, not saying nothing, just watching. Yeah. Better keep an eye on that one. Because if you don't, one day you're going to turn around and it's going to be gone. Sabon. Going to make a break, man. It's going to make a break for the trend line, man. And it's going to jump right over that hurdle and just to keep on running. Just cross that river and go. Bam. Saying, catch me well. You can't catch me well. I'm too fast for you. It's kind of cool being in this. It's a shallow, well, like a wedge. And finding support here, so awesome. It's a good one for long term. And it's supposed to, you know, it is a Chinese project over Chinese ecosystems, and they were using it at McDonald's. And I don't know what all they've been doing with it lately. It's just, it's just always been a proven runner. We need to look into VeChain. Just take a look at the website real quick here. Take a look at the tokenomics. Get ourselves familiar with VeChain. It's been an oldie but goodie. And suddenly CoinMarketCap decides to crap out on me. Page is unresponsive. What we thought. All right. Filecoin is 323 in case you didn't know. V is VeChain, VET. You can find it just about anywhere, and they have a little exchange called, I think it's called Open. I want to call it Open Ocean. I don't know. I think I still have something over there. There's 86 billion is the maximum supply, and that's almost where we are now, so everything's kind of out there, baby. Kind of close. Well, circulating supply is 72, total supply is 85. Very close, very close. Market cap is 1.19 billion, and this little guy can rock, man. And I mean, it got up to 20. What was it, 29? I think it's 29, 28 cents. It says 23. What's your all-time high say down here? All-time high 27.82. That is not bad. And even up to these other lower highs, you know, getting it up to a dime, wouldn't that be cool? If it got up to 15 cents, would that be cool? Pretty nifty. So VeChain, or CoinMarketCap could probably tell us down here at the bottom. I forgot who I was dealing with. CoinGecko doesn't give me this information. VeChain began in 2015 as a private consortium chain or working with a host of enterprises to explore the applications of blockchain. It aims to distribute governance and Internet of Things technologies. The Internet of Things is a good category in my personal opinion. What I do there. You just screwed up. Man, you screwed up. You and them dang buttons. So they use those technologies to create an ecosystem that solves major data hurdles for multiple global industries, from medical to energy, food and beverage, to sustainability and SDG goals. So by leveraging the power of trustless data, VeChain is building the digital backbone that will underpin the fourth industrial revolution. The fourth industrial revolution, which demands real-time and trustless data sharing between many participants. So the Internet of Things and supply chain are the areas that they've been going. And they've been around for 2015. They've been around for a while. It says it uses two tokens, VET and VETHO, to manage and create value based on its VeChain Thor public blockchain. So VThor is used to, you would earn that just by holding this in your wallet. You would earn VThor, and I'm not sure if that's still true or not. So just interesting. Project's been around for a while. Something to look into. If you're not familiar, check them out. But oldie but goodie in crypto. Cosmos I like too, and I can't believe the sale that this thing has been on. These are just crazy good prices. In my opinion, anywhere under $8 is excellent. But hey, if you can get it at 365, if it wants to come down there, we're doing the Cosmwasm. I don't think it'll get down that low. I think it'll find some footing around here about 574. Retest this wick area here, this area here, just to make sure that it's still stable ground. I think it might find some stable ground there. So might be seeing $5.80 over the next few months or something. The weekly does look like it wants to come down a little bit. Sadly, weirdly, but it's a great place. It looks like we got a bull flag measure move or something. Huh, okay. Something. Let's see what you guys are talking about. Not a member said, I think Bitcoin may crack over 30K again. I wouldn't doubt it. There is going to be a lot of volatility, man, up and down, in my personal opinion, for a little while. Can we look at lab? Man, that box is getting on my nerves. Pardon me, Gimmer, I got this box that keeps popping up on the part that I read. Maybe I'll have to read it over here on... It's too small for me to read over there, man. Okay. Can we look at Labs Group, the real estate token? Yeah, we can do that. I've never even heard of them, so I'm all up for looking at something new. Marcus says, them cryptos on life support, you might have to give them a eulogy. I can see a segment of your show where we give them projects proper burial. That would be cool. I did that for XRP. Or not for... No, I just didn't say for that. Not XDB. Sorry, XRP people. That was a slip. For digital bits, XDB, I've got a video as a fallen rock star. Strega says he needs some taco money. I agree, Strega. Tacos are good. Me loves us the tacos. Tacos are my friends. Whenever I feel sad, I just like to have a taco. So, Labs Group, let's check that out. Never heard of ya. Oh, I think I have. I don't think I've ever traded this. I don't think I've ever looked into a deep dive. So that's typical for altcoins, sadly. So it was up somewhere around what, 14 cents? 10 billion, maximum supply, circulating supply of 2.2. Not the greatest, not the worst. It just means that the highs that it does make in the cycles, that it's going to have a hard time making those same highs again. So some diminishing returns there until its full value gets realized when the maximum supply comes out, or close to it anyway. Market cap is super cheap, man. That's under 500,000. Okay, that can make some people's ears pop up if this is a good project, promising project. So all-time high is 14 cents. All-time low was just 23 days ago at 0.002053. 21.92 right now. So we're just hair's breadth away from that all-time low. Could it go lower? Maybe. I don't know. I haven't really seen the chart, but it's always possible. But pretty good place if it's got a good use case. Labs is disrupting real estate investments in the largest asset class of the world's first end-to-end real estate investments ecosystem by fractionalizing real estate investments powered by the Labs ecosystem token through DeFi governance. And there may be arguments about securities here, so there may be some regional restrictions. That looks very interesting. This is where we're headed. So if we got a solid team, so and the weird thing is they're going to have regulation over stuff like this, because it would be super easy for people to do scams like this. So. And I'm not saying that this one is at all, but I'm just saying overall, I mean, this one kind of ticks all the boxes or ticks the boxes in my mind as possibility of being a security. Let's find out more. I don't want to prejudge it. The liquid assets brokerage system, I don't see how it couldn't be though. If it's representing a physical object. Could it? Well, man, legislature's got a lot of stuff. They got their work cut out for them, man. The liquid assets brokerage system, probably the courts too, is the vanguard of new era of real estate investment, harnessing the strength of a robust ecosystem. Okay, so it's about an ecosystem, right? That's what I'm questioning or looking at. In our innovative token system, so we leverage the power of decentralized finance and governance to break down the barriers in real estate, the world's largest asset class. We're not just transforming the way people invest, we're shaping the future of real estate itself. We're going to change the world. Let's go over here. What's your roadmap? What have you been doing and what are you doing? Our easy roadmap will help you gain the success. Let's see, Pillar 1, Owner Circle. Creating a platform for consumers who utilize resorts and hotels to tokenize their unused nights. Okay, that's interesting. Building vacation packages to increase yield and occupancy. Okay. All right. Focus on real estate investors who want to build a global real estate portfolio through fractional ownership with NFTs. And that could be a very... I mean, we are headed this direction where real estate will be tokenized in some form or another in NFTs, but it's also got to overlap with our local systems and things like that too. So it's gonna be interesting how they pull that off. But as for real estate investments, though, being ownership of a property this way, that's very intriguing though. Right, when you can have fractional ownership. So Labs Real Estate NFT Marketplace, a hub for investors to trade real estate NFTs or tokens. So we're just going to start trading ownership in real estate like we do Bitcoin or anything else, I guess. Or what, CryptoPunks or Mutant Apes. I mean, it could be a very interesting way to do that. Man, but can you imagine what our legacy system, what hurdles that they've got to go through for record keeping and stuff like that? Interesting. So Labs REIT Fund, acquire your own real estate. Labs token is the main token to be used in the Labs ecosystem. To purchase Owner Circle NFTs, stake your discounts and unlock exclusive ecosystem benefits. Stake into PMS systems to track revenue generated by a specific property used to purchase and invest in fractionalized real estate. So cool, but you got to wonder if it's fractionalized ownership, where do the funds for maintenance and all that stuff come from? Just there would definitely be regulation here. I don't know that they're talking about that. But we are headed here. So join the community. You're over at KuCoin, Pancake Swap. I need to see more information. I need to know who's behind this. I don't know that you could do DeFi this way though. Or at this point in time. Huh. I don't know. I'm not trying to sound negative on this at all. I'm playing devil's advocate here for a lot of it, because we got to also be realistic for, you know, take a look, for instance, AGIX, artificial intelligence. It bumped up because of the hype with some new advancement with ChatGPT unleashed on the open, right? And so everything was AI, and things still are, but it's not pumping from the excitement, but it's still early. So, and last cycle, I was big on AGIX, but they were still not into their time. So some of these things may take quite a while to really reach full potential, and I guess kind of just prove their staying ability. So, interesting concept. Let's take a look at the chart, see what's going on there. I just don't feel like they've answered my questions because I've dealt with real estate before. But it sounds like an interesting way for real estate investors. And for timeshares, things like that nature, I think that's real. Let me go back and give them. Let me give them a fair shake. So I mean, we're thinking in terms of actual real property and property rights and things like that. But we're tokenizing. They mentioned tokenizing things that, you know, like your bonus points and all this stuff. Redeemable stuff like rewards programs, but you don't. I mean, you could do it exclusively for whatever, but a cool idea is like timeshares or something like that, or vacation rentals, B&Bs, well, your bed and breakfast, all that stuff. Those websites that do that stuff. That might be something interesting in that field. So let's go over, and so I mean, it's at a great market cap to take a risk on it. I would just like to see more from the team just to make sure they got a little staying power. So Labs, Tether, but we're on KuCoin. My candle closes there. So did I sound too hard on Labs? I'm not trying to prejudge it. But there are a lot of projects out there do have big, lofty dreams that have a problem turning them to reality sometimes. So if I just had a little bit. Because if we're dealing with businesses, which we would be, I find it hard to see them really fully utilizing full decentralized projects. Because I think we're going to see a lot more business as crypto gets more and more adopted worldwide. I think we're going to see it shift a lot more toward the legacy system and dealing more with businesses and real use cases. A lot of more private chains, a lot of things like that to solving those problems than our decentralized ones. But our decentralized chains are extremely important, and whatever infrastructure that we can build and utilize that actually works and does something and progresses us forward is excellent. And so it's really hard to surpass Bitcoin because it is established. And then you got Ethereum that brought the concept of turning blockchain into a virtual computer. So definitely finance. It's just it's all fascinating. So this one's got some good signs here on the weekly that it may be finding its a turnaround point. I've got to see this is not solid. Some of the indicators seem to think that, but you do have some falling volume. The price is falling, so that's good. It means that this downward action is starting to get tired, that the selling action is starting to slow up. And it's kind of noticeable here on the wicks. This is one of the reasons why I like Ichimoku candles. They're flat tops here, right? Okay, well that's selling pressure right there, but the wicks is where we're fighting back. So we're getting some resistance here. So there's buyers stepping in, pushing us there, but I really want to see some top wicks start to form here, showing me that, hey, they're starting to fight back. So VMC Market Cipher, they like it, give it the green dot, go ahead. So that's a good possible first step. Stochastics are bottom out. I need to start seeing them push to the upside. This is on the weekly. So, I mean, we're definitely in bottom territory here. Definitely in bottom territory. MACD. She's looking like she's wanting to come up, right? There's a little divergence here in the MACD. By itself, that's interesting to look at. A little bit of a lagging indicator. It's wanting to try. What I really want to look for projects like that, we're not sure if we're at a bottom or close to a bottom or anything. I think it's fine to DCA and nibble on things that you really like, but I want to see some bullish divergence. I want to see that reversal sign. That will be a reversal cue to look for. And that's when you know you're getting in really closer to the right time. And so we're down here. We made we've already lost that area. Was that 0.00035? And that's resistance now. So we're going to have a hard time getting above that. I mean, we're also could keep coming down lower. The green dot here, I think, is just going to really be what we got? I think you're just looking at a retest of this level that it lost, and then probably some more downside. And it can come all the way back down to this trend line too, wherever that is. Oh, it can't come down that low. All right, so technically it could come all the way back down there. It's trying to find support. Let's see. It's really got to get above that 9 moving average on any of these, starting with the 4 hour, starting with the daily, and then the weekly. So let's just move down to the daily. Take it in order. Try not to jump the gun here. But on the weekly, I didn't see the divergence that I would like to see. So let's see if we can see it on some of the smaller times. A little bit here. It's coming down, price is coming down, and it's just leveling out a little bit. Still, technically, it's in a down. And then these are coming to the upside. You kind of got a symmetrical triangle going on right here. which even on the RSIs, I don't trust them. So that's going up a little bit, and then our price action here is just really slightly down, maybe level. So that's weak, and if price keeps coming down, it's going to lose the divergence. Pull you up again here. And it might be what we need right there. So RSI come back down and retest this trend line. And I'm on the daily chart, so that'll take it probably into next week, just my guess. And price starts coming down, and that would be some bullish divergence that could give us. So we could drop down to these areas. Man, that's a pretty decent drop though. So it could be looking at another 20-25% downside on this. Then we might get what we need to start turning around on that. But for a long-term play, you know, it could be a very interesting one. Here's the thing. I mean, the solid ones will have an actual use case, and we'll see that starting to develop and as they grow and everything. But regardless if it does have a solid use case or not, it doesn't mean that it won't make a lot of money, because a lot of people just pile in on the idea, even without doing research, and that will drop price up. And if they market themselves smart, but it would be a great thing to get in early, in my opinion, if it's got legs to stand on. I think I would just need to look more into that one. Striker says no wrong choices. I'm just wary. I mean, when it comes to real estate, it's not going to just be easy as that. I don't think there's got to be a lot of infrastructure put in place first. All this positive action has got me skeptical. Even in the altcoins and everything, I would be very skeptical at this time in the market. I really would. I think the best chart to look at that is on Bitcoin, though. Because I mean, we're at a great place where they can play us. Get everybody thinking, get all the traders thinking, oh, head and shoulders, going to the downside. And there's a lot of people that are just get the rocks off talking about Bitcoin still coming down to 9,000, right? I mean, there's still a lot of people looking for real low prices. And there's also those looking for it to go to the moon, and you know, they get all excited when we get up to 31, 35. The whole market does. They know how to play our emotions. That's why I just keep going back to these other areas, man. When was our halving? It was after that. Whatever. I don't have it exactly, but it was right around this time frame, right? Somewhere through May 2020. I did have it marked, but now I don't. And I mean, there's a lot of ups and downs, but it's still even before the halving, right? You're over here on this chart. Oh no, I didn't. I didn't clear you out, man. Did I? Did I clear you out? I guess we're guesstimating. I remember playing through this part. I remember this part very, very well. Because this was 3 peaks in a domed house. 3 peaks in a domed house pattern. It was the craziest thing I ever even heard of. And this is before I knew I was even good at TA. And we come down and we make this little J-hook thing. And I'm telling you, everybody was calling for... Not everybody, but there was so many people. Well known. Some of them are still calling for some of these crazy prices today. They're saying we're going, going back down to 3,800. And me being foolish and scared and not understanding what's going on, because we had a drop, man. We had a drop. Those market makers fooled us. There's a distribution that went on right here in this pattern. And where they was taking profits, especially down here when the prices got juicy, the smart ones down there that wicked it up and bought it smart enough to buy it all the way through here. They're doubling their money real easy, taking that profit. But this is a time if you don't have a little bit of TA understanding that your emotions will get the best of you. I missed out on some good Bitcoin moves right through here because I was trying to learn and listening to some others that clearly had a bearish bias that they weren't going to let go of. But look what happened. I mean, for the market makers, you had this solid trend line going on here. And then we just distributed, head and shoulders and all that good jazz. Bart Simpson, however you want to look at it. So many different ways to describe what it is, and they all have confluence. The 3 peaks in the domed house, Bart's, you can break it down, baby. I say break it down to the easiest patterns. Thomas Bukowski says the more complex the pattern is, the more points of failures that it has to not even play out. So take that. But here's the basis. We that was our trend line, and we broke it, and then we retested it. So, and then what did it do? It bear trapped, and then it was on. It was straight on, and this is when BitBoy made his first $1 million gambling on Bitcoin, buying the 2 dots together on Market Cipher, and he turned what was 100,000 into $1 million. He did it. He did that all right through here. Can he do it again? I think he's learned he's learned since then. He didn't quite know as much as we all thought that he did at that one time. But I think he's got some TA under his belt now. He seems more proficient at it. And he was on a trading show earlier today. But I think he's a little bit more of a poker player than he is an analyst for his trading styles. But it worked. What he does, it seems to work for him. He definitely deserves all the credit for what he got. But a lot of it, and I remember Crypto Face's trades were astounding. It looked so easy, so easy. You see him sitting there bringing, $500,000 in on the trade profit and stuff like that. Oh my gosh. But that's that golden part of the market that we're just waiting for when you throw a rock at it and anything and it just goes up. That's when everybody's the genius. That's also when you're the genius. So, especially if you got some bags built when they were way cheap down through here somewhere, like at this point in the market that we're at now, that's when the real genius starts shining. But even if you jump in trading at this, it's hard to lose. It's at that point in the market, and it doesn't last too long. And it starts out slow, and then it just starts taking off. And usually, a lot of times, it's a parabolic. It's what we call a blow off top. That's what we were looking for, and it didn't happen. That's why everybody got excited on the second one, thought that was going to be the up top, right? That was some of the talk. And that's where it just spikes up and comes back down. Like what we've seen on some of these coins recently. That's what Bitcoin did on its last pump up. So this could be something similar. See what I'm getting at? How they faked us out there? The 3 dome houses, the 3 pieces in the dome house, the little J thing came down, and then we popped back up and started the slow run. So yeah, I would be very skeptical. I'm not selling my Bitcoin at all. Yeah, that is off the table for discussion. I'm clinging on to Bitcoin for dear life and trying to add to it in any way possible. $50 Bitcoin. Striker says, I'm turning $40 into $100 million. It's crazy that I think people have done that. But they didn't do it traded. They do it by buying, taking a risk on something and just forgetting about it. And then waking up really, really happy, like back when crypto was really, really early. You know, when I first got into crypto, and it was back about 2013, and about the end of 2013 and in 2014, I thought, you know, people just dabbled, right? I figured they were just like me, you know, there'd be lots of different. I thought, you know, everybody just putting a few $100, maybe a few $1,000 into that. And when I started looking on what the rich list and all that stuff for these coins and stuff, or just following the transactions about what was moving and everything, and seeing the hundreds of millions of dollars back then, it blew my mind that people would put that much money in this stuff. And some of it was exchanges, but a lot of it were whales. And this is before, you know, the big glory days of market makers and things like that have full effect like they do now. It was a wild time, a very volatile time. But it's cool. But yeah, you could definitely turn $40 into a lot. But the secret would be holding on to it for a while, though. For something back then, gosh. Because I still kick myself for losing my 10 Bitcoin. Selling my 10 Bitcoin when it was nothing. Lost a lot of it and sold what was left. But that was a cool trade. It was a little of nothing that turned into 100 Litecoin, which I swapped quickly for 10 Bitcoin. It was just one trade that got me there. Because I didn't have much on there. I was playing with probably less than $100 total on that exchange at that time. And it was just pure, I wouldn't call it luck. I was playing with the bots. I got to see what the bots were doing, and I learned that I could trick them, that if I bought at certain levels, it would trigger them to keep going up because of low liquidity. And so I found, I just, on one coin, developed a little system that I was able just to kind of take a little bit from it there, and then I guess they did a pump and dump, and that just added to it, so that just made it great. Striker says he calls it the learning tax. Yeah. See what is pumping here. It's a mixed bag. Unibot's still. What are you doing? This is on the dollar. Unibot's still kind of low right now. Still at $58. Buy zone. So I've got that. I've not added any more. I got a little bag of that, see what it will do, because it was kind of interesting it being up $200. I think I can do it again. Hopefully. Shipping has been on people's radar, probably because of the big pump. I think we looked at it, symmetrical triangle, and I think it had already broken down when I drew that, but this was not looking so hot for me right now. I'm not in this one. We're just taking a look at it here. This area may hold, man. This This one's just got downward action painted all over, man. This is one I would give it time to figure out what it's going to do, because it is nothing but a falling knife at this point. Truly. Because, I mean, this little guy can keep on coming down. There might be a short. It's kind of short in the bottom, in my personal opinion, or toward the bottom. But there still might be some legs on the short there. Hi-Fi is... See that? Everybody loved Hi-Fi here. Everybody loved it. Up to 255, and I don't blame them for loving it. But when it lost all of that, down, dump down, and then slow bleed out. So it's at 48 cents. The wisest thing to do, which our degen brains, if your brain is like mine, doesn't always want to listen to, where it's easy kind of talk yourself out of the logic and reason behind this, but because we're like, oh, it's good. Oh, I don't mind holding it for a little bit, but that little bit turns into a long bit. You know, because I've got a buy zone in here at 45 cents, but it looks very possible to come way below it. Because she's wanting to go to Dump City. If I took a measured move for this, it would scare you, so I'm not doing that. But there is one for this section. Might be a little helpful. It's just the width of that channel there. And that alone gets us down to 43 cents. Does that give us confluence? I would actually look at this area about 39. That's got a little bit of a support resistance flip area right there. So Hi-Fi shorts. I think I was in a Hi-Fi short. I don't know if I still am or not. I'm in Hi-Fi or XRP. Loom. I'm in a Loom long. Forgot about that. Loomy. I'm in a Loomy long because I saw it do this. She looked like she wanted to recover. She looked like she wanted to turn her life around. She wanted to get straight. She wanted to go the straight and narrow. Started looking up to heaven instead of looking down to the ground. I'm watching things just bleed out. Her bank account just drained to nothing. In the depths of despair, she cried out for mercy and started to turn around. I like what I saw. It may be a bearish retest though. She may come up here. She lost that trend line, man. She lost it. 15 cents may be all I get out of it. May do something crazy. Or could go to the moon. If it goes to the moon, I'm not going to be mad at it though. I'm not going to make fun of it. Could happen. There's some divergence there that could give us some more upside. I'm here on the 1 hour. What's the 4 hour say? 4 hour kind of has a little bit more say so than the 1 hour. A lot more than the 5 minute. 5 minute gets a little bit mouthy sometimes. I put it in its place. Sometimes it rats out the 1 minute. It's a shame to see them rat out each other like that, but you know, what happens. Need to see this little guy get above that 9 moving average. MACD's looks like it's got some potential there. See that curving around? I mean, it's a lagging indicator, so if I called it right now, I mean, technically it could be correct, but it's not wise to call anything official until that actually crosses. That's when it bites you, when you think you know. But if you're a front runner degen, you may jump into a trade like I did and try to catch those juicy bottom areas, because that's what I like to do. Because it looks like when you kind of narrow down here on the 15 a minute, we got a little head and shoulders action going on right there. I got a little shoulder right here. I got a little head going on right there. Don't tell anybody. Don't make them look in. And another little shoulder over here just trying to hide it all. It looks like a spooky little ghost hanging upside down, or a little bat thingy. That's a lot of ghosts. Woo! Halloween upside down. So it looks like I've got to break out in a retest. So I think that's kind of juicy. Me, I degen down here when I saw this. chip what? Because you can look at it this way too. It's also one of the megaphone patterns. Breaking to the upside. See that? Awesome. So stick with the bigger patterns, and that's the trend line I was following. Although you can do the inverted head and shoulders. So this little guy getting up here, what is that? That's a 50% return on investment. So that's one reason why I'm interested. If we can make it up there, I'm pretty cool with it. Trading Loom over on MXC Futures. If nothing else, I'll be looking for this 200 moving average, which is coming in right here at this kind of area. Let's mark that. What was that, 13 cents? Support resistance area, we gotta kind of break our way through. Have some trouble there. Good profit taking area there at 12, 13 cents. 17% with, I think I'm 15x on this one. And she's sitting at 11 cents right now. She looks like she's going up. I thought I would ride the train a little bit. And it would be awesome to break into that trend line. Don't know yet if it's going to. It's always could. Strega says he's been hearing about Zora Network. I may have heard of that in passing. Let's check it out. Because I am not familiar with it. Or maybe it's the name that's so cool. Zora's Oracles. Zora's Oracles. Zora's got some oracles. What is going on? Oh, wow, look at that. Maximum supply is... That's probably why you're hearing about it. I wonder how long. 10,000 maximum supply. Total supply is 10,000. Half of it in circulation. Market cap 20. Strega. You got skills. You used to have Donna in the group that was the gem finder. I think Strega is the official gem finder now. Let's see what we got here. That's pretty awesome. I'd promote you to Colonel or something. Colonel Strega. Is Colonel good? What's good? Colonel's pretty good, isn't it? You can tell I don't have an official military background. So circulating supply is 5,400. Let's say it that way. 5,400 Zora. All right. So the lack of supply is definitely there. Fully diluted market cap is 45. So okay. So who's got it? Okay, so we're still not to the decentralized places yet. Interesting. So, interesting. Kyber swap, Uniswap. What do you do, Zora? Zoracle? The live Zoracle's price today is, yeah, what do you do? About Zoracles. Zoracles build zero knowledge oracles. I'm not messing around with you, mister. I'm going straight to your GitHub. I'm going to see what you're up to. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you ain't going to hide nothing from me over here. What are you doing over here? Show me some more activity. Come on, baby. Spill the goods. What you got going on? What was going on then? Okay, 2020. I'll take some activity there. 2021. Okay, we got some updates going on. Oh, did we fall off the project here in April of 2022? And okay, that's good in August. So is it okay? Do you just need yearly maintenance or something? What we got going on here? Got governance upgrade, repositories. Let's look here. What is going on over here at Zora Labs? What are you guys doing? At least you updated it on August the 18th, so good for you. I will give you a check mark for that. That was 2022? This must be the last time I'm taking. I'm guesstimating. And then this one was updated August 22. April 14, 2022. So there's not as much activity here as I would really like to see. Okay. So let's take a look here. Let's go find out a little bit more about this guy. Audits, quant stamp. Interesting. You can hold it in your Trust wallet or your MetaMask. Looking for this website right here. It's got a cool name. I like that. I like Zora. That sounds cool. I've got a black website, a dark website, a blank website. Let us try that one more time. I'm going to sniff this contract for a moment. Excuse me. Spread it out here now. Spread it out here on the table here. Pulse chain. That's interesting. I'll learn more about that. And here we go on Ethereum. Get a whiff. That is some. Oh, the toilet. All right, so what you got? That took you a minute, didn't it? Score 0 to 100. Don't. It's not the. I was going to say it's not the worst, but it is pretty much the worst. But it's not. Sometimes they get that when they don't deserve it. It's what I'm trying to say, but not the worst. It technically is the worst. Token is sellable, so it's not a honeypot. That's cool. Buy fee is less than 5%. Sell fee less than 5%. Verified source contract. Source does not contain a proxy contract. Ownership renounced or source does not contain an owner contract. So they haven't renounced ownership. So that would probably be the bigger concern. The source code contains a proxy contract which could potentially allow the functionality to be changed, such as pausing trading or minting tokens. There can be legitimate reasons for not renouncing ownership. Okay, so yeah, I agree with that. All other holders possess less than 5% of circulating token supply. Doesn't really have a whole lot of liquidity because, well, there's, what was it? It's just 10,000 though, right? So, man, I mean, The only concern I got, there's no development on this little guy. And I can't reach their website, so is she dead? When did they start? So we got data back to 2020. I can't remember what was over on GitHub. When was their first? In 2020, I think. I'd say you probably have to watch this one. That's definitely a risky one to take, isn't it? But I mean, people could pump it up. I mean, I just not enough there for me to feel comfortable with, though. I really need to see more activity there, at least for any kind of long-term thing. All right, guys, the time is now 12:33. I'm gonna bid you guys good night. Thank you for joining me, and if you can, hit that like button. Help the channel grow a little bit, reach more people. Get some more night owls out here on this nighttime stream, and I can't find the right buttons to push to save my life.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, good night, everybody. Thanks for being here. And I'll see ya on the next one.
Come on, come here, bud. Come on. You freaky dog. I don't need to analyze every word that comes out is a lie. Make it look like you're so ice, ice, ice. You won't make it to the finish line. Now if you gotta know the truth was gonna let you go. You was fine, never mind, unpredictable. Feet high off the ground, you ain't no one. You a star, blow it up like supernova. In the nighttime, hit my hotline. Sharing secrets, you was really was about your life. Basic bullets, with no bullets. Does your wifey know you?